Alrighty, we are live. What's up, Facebook and wherever else we're being broadcasted right now? I just want to say welcome to the Real Estate Rockstar Partnership. My name is Phil Barnell, and I am here with my beautiful wife.
Hi, I'm Heather.
And so, first, I actually also want to say thank you to anybody who realized that I was struggling with some COVID and stuff. I'm feeling a whole lot better right now. And I did make a post that I was going to have a bourbon when I felt better. Now, I don't necessarily know if I'm bourbon ready, but I am definitely ready to crack a beer with you guys while we're live here. Uh-oh. That is horrible. Can I have paper towel? Wow. And this is a Kona beer. I didn't realize what beer I grabbed, but we went to Hawaii on our honeymoon, and I think I drank quite a bit of Kona there. I think you did too. I think together, don't judge us, we might have drank about a keg of Kona in Hawaii. In case you don't know, Kona is brewed in Hawaii. Can I grab one more of those? It is a Hawaiian beer. It's quite delicious Hawaiian beer. So I'm going to pour me one right now while we chat about some cool real estate. One topic tonight that I think is going to be very helpful for you. So yeah, I'm going to enjoy a Kona. And this is actually the first beer that I've had since I got sick. So I'm feeling good. So thanks for asking. Now, all right, what do you want to talk about tonight? We talked about talking about an interesting subject that honestly is probably more overlooked, and I think will be responsible for quite a few closings on any agent's annual revenue. Like I think that this has served me so well. It's something that I've utilized for a while. And I think that it can definitely add some bottom line revenue to any agent watching this. But not only that, what we're about to talk about tonight is also very useful for you no matter what industry you're in. Really, if you're in sales or if you have a business, what we're about to talk about tonight can be helpful for you, even if you're not in real estate. So let's get to it. Drum roll. What are we going to talk about tonight?
Today we're talking about business cards and
business cards. Go ahead.
Whether or not you should use them, or I guess better phrase would be the
paper business cards. Honestly, who watching right now has paper business cards that they go around and they hand out to people? If that's you, you can say, yes, it's me. I still have paper business cards. And I go around handing them out and stuff. I leave them on all the counters of all the houses that I go into and whatnot, right? You see them all over the place.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. And like I always say, like, honestly, let's be realistic. Because when it comes to marketing and then when it comes to bottom line revenue and stuff, like what actually works and what actually doesn't work. And we spend, a lot of time handing out business cards and stuff like that traditionally. And I just got to thinking about it one day and I'm like, this doesn't work. And the reason why I thought about that was because everybody gives me their business card, especially in, different industries of construction, things like that. I'm getting business cards left and right. And I asked myself, well, what do I do with those business cards after I get them? What do you do with them?
I kick around my purse for a while until I throw them away.
Yeah. They kick around my car, right? I throw them in my dashboard and, or in the middle console or whatnot. And I'm going to maybe get a little gross here, but don't judge me again. Like I've literally remember driving and going, okay, I think I have something in my teeth, right? And then I grab the business card that somebody gave me and I'm using it as a toothpick and then I throw it away, right? I literally have done that. So I don't know. I'm sure other people have done some stupid things with business cards, like use them as toothpicks. But the bottom line is what people don't do with business cards typically is keep them, right. Hold on to them, and obviously give that person a call. Like how many times have you given a person your business card, especially as a real estate agent? Mm-hmm. Somebody you run into at a party or something like that, they're like, hey, I want to sell my house, I'm going to list it in like 6 months or whatever. You're like, oh yeah, here's my business card, right? The actual conversion of that is really low. Like they're typically not calling you. I would say it's probably 95+% in it, not converting. So
Right.
basically, people are taking your business cards and they're throwing them in the garbage, or they're throwing them into, like, I have a junk drawer of business cards that I just throw cards into, and honestly, I never go look at them. So the point is, in my opinion, paper business cards are outdated, right? They're like fax machines. Like, nobody uses a fax machine. Please don't ask me for a fax number because we don't have a fax machine. But so what do you do, right? Like, what's an alternative? Now, this is interesting because we met. You were with me, actually. We met a guy at a convention, and you always get into the hey, can I get your card? Can I get your card? Right, especially when you're networking at different conventions and stuff like that. And so I don't know if you remember this, but we came across this guy. He was decked out, like, he had suit, like, nice suit on. He was very about his appearance. Okay. I'm a little bit more casual. This dude was G'd to the max, right? He was like, shoes, everything matched. He was golden. And when we said, hey, we were talking, and he was like, yo, let's exchange business cards, right? He pulled out his phone. He was extremely excited to show us this new cool tool. He said, here, just like touch my phone. And I was like, what do you touch your phone with my phone? Yeah. So we touched each other's phones, and then his business card popped up on my phone. And I was like, oh, wow, that's cool. And so then I had like his business card in my phone, right? Now, here's the thing. That was really cool. It was really impressive. Yeah, I think he even gave me, like, he was so happy and proud of that. He was like, he did like the eyebrow thing and everything, right? He did like the Rock thing, with the Rock, when you watch the Rock and he like lifts his eyebrow, he's like all like, macking. Well, that's how happy this guy was to give me his digital, business card by touching my phone. Now, that was cool. But as cool as that was, it still left me going, wow, my idea is still better, which I'm about to share with you, because he didn't get my contact information. So despite the fact that it was really cool and his card popped up on my phone and it was like this so cool technological thing, right? I was like, but if I was selling my house and he wanted to get my information, he gave me his through that, that phone, but he would have never got my information because there was no way, right? It just popped up on my phone. And anybody in sales, especially if you're a real estate agent or in sales at all, you understand the fortunes and the follow-up. So the key to anything when you're in sales is getting somebody else's contact information so that you can follow up with them, so that you can add them to your CRM, into your database and stuff, so that you can take notes on them and so that you can follow up. Proper follow-up is, make or break in this business. We're in a great market right now. And a lot of people are getting away with being sloppy in sales, and they're still making some money. But the truth is that is going to fade away eventually. The market will turn in all areas. Right now, business is pretty good. So no matter what avenue of sales you're in, you're probably doing okay. But you can't neglect your sales skills, because when those markets turn, that's when the waves come in and they wash out, the people who are not good at what they do. And so unless you're, utilizing proper skills, like, collecting your leads information and following up with them, putting them into CRMs, organizing your CRMs, and being able to utilize those tools that are available to us in sales, you're going to have a tough time in tougher markets. So that makes it all the more important to obviously be able to get leads, to get their contact information and stuff. So what is our method? What do we teach?
Oh, you're asking
I'm
me?
asking you, yeah.
Okay, so the idea that we're presenting to other agents, and what we always teach oncoming agents that are in our organization, is to, when you come across somebody, whether they're interested in buying, selling, or show somewhat of an interest in becoming a potential client now or in the future, what we do is we always ask them for their information, and we'll send over a text or a digital business card with our contact information, our number, our email, full name, the company that you're associated with.
You can put whatever you want in there, right? Like imagine trying to like, obviously that goes directly into their phone.
Yeah.
And so you can put all the types of information that you want them to have in your card.
Which is great because they get your information, but at the same time, you're getting their cell phone number. So if that person never calls you in a month, 3 months, or 6 months from now you have the ability to then call them and say, hey, we bumped into each other a few weeks ago. I know you were interested in selling your house. How can I help you do that? And so you're increasing your conversion rate of being able to make that person a client.
Majorly increasing your conversion rate. Let's be realistic. That's the magic of what we're talking about here, is that you get their contact information to be able to follow up with them and put them in your CRM. And it's such a simple and effective way to do it. I haven't found any ways that are better yet. There's some companies out there. There is one where you get a QR code. I've seen that one. You scan someone's QR code, their contact information comes up on your phone. It asks you for yours, but you don't have to put it in. So therefore, you're not capturing the lead if you don't put it in. And most people don't put it in, to be honest with you.
I don't really get either, like, in passing with people that I've asked, maybe you're thinking, oh, well, what if they don't want to give away their cell phone number, or they feel uncomfortable because they don't really know me that well? I don't really ever have anybody say no.
I've never had it happen, because they're asking you, if you're saying, hey, let me give you my, well, first off, if they ask, then they're definitely not going to say no, right? But even if you offer to give your card to them, and you say, here, let me text you my card, it's a digital card. I have never had anybody even blink at that yet. Never had them even blink. And it's very simple. So what it is, it's a VCF file. It's just a common contact card file in any one of your cell phones, whether you have an Android or whether you have an Apple. All you have to do is go and create a contact of yourself in your phone.
With your picture.
And you put your picture in there, absolutely. You put your picture in there, you put all the information that you want them to have, your email address, websites, obviously your phone number, and all that stuff. You can put notes in there. And depending on what cell phone they have will determine, what data their phone picks up. Like if they have a modern iPhone, it's going to pick up like everything, or a modern Android. But if they have like an older school phone, it might just give them the basics. But either way, they're getting your contact information. And the most important thing is you're getting your leads. So if you're at a party, you're at a mixer, you're hanging out drinking a Kona now because Phil just told you Kona is a pretty good beer, and you run into somebody at this mixer and they're like, yo, I want to sell my house. And, but I'm thinking I'm going to wait, because I got to do some work to it or whatever.
Or maybe it's in their, 5-year plan.
Yeah, right. Or so let's just say for this example, it's in their 1-year plan. They're like at the end of the year, let's just say that everyone uses the springtime thing. So, right. Say after the holidays, everything like that. In the springtime, I want to list my house. So you say, oh, that's awesome. I'm I'm an agent and stuff like that. Hey, let me shoot you my card. And what I can do is I'll send you some comps on your house and stuff like that, so you could have a good understanding of what it's worth. And I'll resend them to you, when the time is ready to see what's changed. Give me your cell phone and I'll text you over my digital card right now. And they go, oh, okay, cool. So then you take their cell phone number, you go to your VCF, your file on your phone, basically just your contact, and you share your contact. There's a button on there, right? I'm assuming you understand it. If you don't, you just go to your contact, you scroll down and you click share contact. And that creates the VCF file to send to that person via text. So then you put it in there and you share that via text and they get your card. When they click on your card, it opens up as a contact in their phone. Now they have your contact. But like I said, what's more important is you have theirs. So now before you get too drunk, drinking too many Konas or whatever you're going to do. Hopefully you don't get too drunk. But it's in case, right? Just in case, because you're at a mixer here. You never know. So what you do is you take their contact information right there. I mean, you wait a minute, you go away from them, and then you add them to your phone as a lead. So like what we'll do is we'll symbolize something like, so you might do it as so if they are selling their house, maybe they're a listing lead. So maybe you label them as RELL, real estate listing lead, right? That's just the thing you have for it. And then you put a dash and you put the person's name. So you want to remember their name and stuff like that.
I was going to say, on that note, not to interrupt you, but what I always do, because like sometimes you get distracted too, and then you end up, you might just like catch somebody in a 2-second time span, and you might take their information down and just shoot them a message. And then a couple weeks later, you think, oh, you know what? I talked to that person, but I can't remember their name.
Yeah.
So what I always do is I always send them a text message, and I always say, hey, so-and-so, hey, Joe, this is Heather with whatever company. It was really nice talking to you. I look forward to doing business with you in the future. And then that way, if you think, weeks or months down the line, and you're like, oh, I know his name was Joe, but I didn't save it, right? Like it's somewhere in my text. Then, you can just search their name, Joe, and it should come up. And
right. And that's why and that's why putting that acronym for the lead.
But I'm saying if you don't save the contact, if you forget to save it, at least you can search your text and be like, I know his name was Joe. So you can find it that way.
So you could double, right? So this is an extra safety prevention thing, right? So that you can always be able to find that lead. Because the last thing you want to do is waste a good listing lead. If they're going to sell their house, you're going to be pissed off. It's happened to us. That's, you're going to be pissed off when you go and you see that listing pop up under so-and-so, and you're like, son of a gun, that was my lead. But you didn't follow up right like a professional. You didn't capture their contact information. You didn't put them in your phone and then transfer them maybe into your CRM like we just talked about before. And set them a reminder to follow up with them and shoot them the comps and stuff like that. So that's why it's so important. And I can tell you across the board that this is definitely added significant revenue to my bottom line, with following up. Because if you count how many times you've given somebody your paper business card, okay, and how many times a year have you done that? Now, if you change that over, convert now to start giving them your digital contact information to where now you have their information and now you can follow up with them. Just think, I think it's safe to say that you're doing 2 more closings a year at least.
Oh yeah.
If you're active and networking and
easily,
stuff, easily.
Another good thing too is if they mention the address, you write that as a note in their contact too. And then, even if you're texting them and they're not replying, or if they haven't reached back out to you in the designated time frame that they gave you, for listing, you could always run a CMA and then send that over to them. And that's another point of contact to reach out to them and say, hey, look, the market's great. I remember your address was XYZ. I went ahead and ran some comps. You're looking at $500,000 for your house now, or whatever.
I just sold one in your area. Hey, how are you making out? There's so many reasons to be able to reach out to a lead. Obviously, you want to get creative in the follow-up process. But like you said, you have opportunities now to reach out, talk to that person, and see where they're at with it, and help them, obviously sell their house and get maximum value for their house. And you can serve them so much better. With sales, it's always about, like we said, the fortunes and the follow-up. So you obviously have to understand that, especially in real estate, really any type of sales, it really doesn't matter. There's enough people out there hustling. If you're not following up properly and utilizing, skills, then like I said, you're gonna fall off the map when the market changes and stuff. The water is gonna come in and the waves are just gonna take you out, and that's what happens. So we're here to just provide some cool content and stuff like that. Chop it up, get to know everybody a little bit and stuff, provide some good content that's helpful, that hopefully increases your bottom line, your revenue in real estate. We believe that giving is the secret spice to life. So when it comes to things, we don't need to hoard everything and hold on to everything. We believe in sharing and helping others. This God created the world to have abundance in it, and so we don't live with a scarcity mindset. And so hopefully we can provide some good tools and content for everybody watching and stuff like that to help them in any way, shape, or form that we can provide value and content to you. So
well, to summarize too, we're not saying, I don't know, you might feel differently. I disagree with never using business cards, because I think that there is a time and a place, and I think you should have them. For instance, somebody just said to me today, they work at a place where a lot of foot traffic comes in and out. They see a lot of people. They make small talk with locals. And they said, I wish I had your business card because I need something to physically hand to these people, right? I'm focused at work. I'm bringing people out and doing, 10 different things at once. And if somebody mentions that they're going to sell their house, I don't necessarily have the time to take their number or to make a contact or to share your information. So it'd be a lot easier if I could just pass them something.
Yeah.
So I think I agree partially with most of the time if it's you that you could use that strategy of, utilizing technology and getting their number. But if you're in a predicament where you're getting referrals from friends and family, definitely, pass out cards and tell them give them out.
100%. If, like you said, if you're in a position to where, getting their information is not really, if it's a third party and like you mentioned, there's still small conversion chances when you give business cards out. They're just a lot lower, than obviously you being able to follow up with a lead and grabbing their contact. So you're significantly reducing your conversion rate when you're utilizing paper cards. When you utilize what we're talking about, this strategy right here, you're dramatically increasing your conversion. But to be able to pass out some paper cards through third parties and to leave them places or something like that, hey, any conversion opportunity is better than none. So yeah, absolutely. You can't post your BCF file to a board, right? You can't leave your cell phone there and be like, hey, everybody, text yourself my contact. So yes, paper cards do serve a purpose and they can help in a low conversion, basically, low conversion, I guess, how would you say, atmosphere or whatever. But actually utilizing this strategy increases your conversion more than tenfold. I mean, you're looking at 100-fold probably.
Yeah. It's just a matter of, utilizing what you have at the moment in the best way possible. We're not against it completely. Paper media still works, like advertisements and business cards and things like that. There's a time and a place.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes. So we hope that you found this episode of Real Estate Rockstar Partnership helpful and useful. Hopefully we can add some extra revenue to your bottom line every year by converting higher when you are capturing leads and giving out your electronic business card, in this case, we like to say. And unless you have anything in closing, I think we can sign off on that. I think that was a pretty good little nugget.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you guys, I hope you have a wonderful, blessed night or morning or whatever if you're rewatching this. But it was a pleasure chopping it up with you quick. God bless you. We will see you on another episode of Rockstar Partnership.
See you later.
Take care.